They laughed when the new cleaning girl walked in, wearing plain clothes and quiet eyes, whispering that she must be desperate for work, never noticing how calmly she studied the building like someone who already owned it. She bowed politely to everyone, even to those who ignored her, and pushed her cart down the marble hallway with gentle care. The managers mocked her accent and gave her the dirtiest floors, assuming she would quit within a day. She simply smiled and worked harder, humming softly as if the insults were distant echoes. At lunch, she sat alone, eating simple food while the staff gossiped about luxury brands and powerful connections. One executive sneered and asked if she even knew what the company did. She answered politely, describing its strategy more accurately than any of them could. They rolled their eyes and called it luck. Days passed and she remained humble, greeting the security guards by name and fixing small problems no one else noticed. When a critical document went missing, she found it without fuss and returned it quietly. Still no one thanked her. One rainy evening, a luxury car stopped at the entrance, and the CEO himself stepped out with unusual urgency. The staff rushed to greet him, straightening their suits and rehearsing smiles. But he walked past them all, searching the hall with concern in his eyes. He found the cleaning girl kneeling by a wet floor sign, trying to prevent someone from slipping. Without hesitation, he removed his coat and gently placed it around her shoulders. The room fell silent as he called her by a tender nickname no one had heard before. Confusion turned to shock when he took her hand with unmistakable affection. She rose calmly, her quiet smile unchanged, and addressed him as her husband. Gasps rippled through the office like a sudden storm. The CEO introduced her not as a cleaner, but as his partner and equal, the woman who had helped build the company from nothing. He explained she had chosen to work anonymously, to understand how employees treated those with no power. Faces paled, voices disappeared, and pride crumbled into shame. The managers who once mocked her could not meet her eyes. She spoke gently, saying, "Respect should never depend on titles or wealth." No anger colored her voice, only quiet disappointment. The CEO promised change, but she asked for something simpler: kindness. The next morning, she walked the halls again, no longer unseen but still humble. This time, every greeting carried sincerity, and the people who once looked down on her finally understood that dignity reveals itself most clearly when it is hidden.